Hey, it's August 30th, 2019. This is Andrew in Omaha, Nebraska. Today I'm going to be unboxing a roll of leather that I just received from American Leather Works out of Lansing, Kansas. They're a small local shop down there, but you can also order from them online. And it's pretty cool now with the internet that when you can find these little small guys online and help support a local business versus buying it from one of the big box companies that provides leathercraft products. Or what I received from them was 3 double shoulders of 8 to 9 ounce vegetable tan tooling leather, and all 3 pieces they're going to yield a lot of leather for all sorts of different projects. I have several things that I've made strictly from tooling leather. This bag, you've seen it before. This is the first bag I ever made. I bought a roll of oak leaf tooling leather from Tandy Leather years ago, and I bought an entire side of it. I don't remember how much it cost. I think it was probably about $175 or so there at the store. But I was able to get all the leather I needed for this project. I drew it out myself, and it's got some stuff in it right now. I kind of just use it for storage now. There's a lot of mistakes on this bag. It's my first bag I ever made, but this is the type of leather I made it out of, and it was a lot of fun to make. And if you're looking for something, to make something like this could be a good option because these double shoulders have a lot of usable leather in them. Now, there's a gun holster that I made out of similar leather, tooling leather. That's what I made it out of. And I just used olive oil to treat the outside and then put some acrylic resin over the top of that to seal it up. And I stitched that up on my Cobra Class 3 sewing machine, which is also available through their website. There's the bookmark I made. Here's a fire shield blank that I cut out, very similar leather, and I'll end up cutting the little windows out for nameplate, stitching numbers across the top, and dyeing it most likely black because that's usually the color that most firefighters need unless they're like the rank of captain or higher. And then I'm not much of a tooler, I guess, if that's the right term to use. I don't tool leather a lot, but I've tried a little bit, dabbled with it, and there's just something my daughter and I made a couple years ago using this type of leather. I was trying to make a tiki mask themed fire shield. It's got kind of some Hawaiian themed stuff on there that I threw in there, along with, the firefighter Maltese cross, the fire and rescue shield, some ladders, and then the helmet on the top there. But I'm not really a big fan of going in and beveling everything and stuff. I don't really enjoy doing that. Maybe that'll change later on, but that's just kind of where I am right now. But this type of leather is really good for, all these types of projects. You can get dyes in just about any type of color you want except for white. They do make some white leather dye. I've tried it before. I think Phoebing's makes it, but it was really terrible. If you need white leather, I would specifically go. I would contact Tandy because I know they sell it. I have a roll of it actually, and also Weave Leather sells white leather. But don't try to buy any type of dye to dye leather. You either need to get the leather that's dyed from the tannery white, or you're going to have to paint it. Those are basically your 2 options for white. Any other color though, blues, reds, tans, blacks, purple, green, I've seen it all. And this type of leather, these tooling leather, vegetable tan, will take it all very well. And then you just put like a layer of, I like the acrylic resin, but you can also use the Super Sheen products from Tandy. I believe Angelus makes some stuff too. It all works just fine, It's just what you have available to you and what your preference is. But there were 3 rolls in the box that came very similar to this one here that I got laid out on the table. And just using my cheap little ounce gauge, which isn't the most accurate. It's not one of those big punch gauges that can reach into the middle of the hide, and they put the 2 little probes down and touch it, and then the little gauge tells you exactly what the ounce is. But you know, I mean, what I had is good enough. It's an estimate, and all 3 hides are averaging out at about 7 to 9 ounces, give or take. And you know, that's perfect for a lot of these projects. I mean, there you go. And if you're just a hobbyist, this is going to keep you in business for quite some time. The hide that I talked about, it was just one side, which was less leather than these 3 put together. But the hide that I used to make this bag here, you know, I didn't use all the leather just to make this one bag out of that hide. I mean, I was cutting on that thing for a couple of months. I learned how to saddle stitch with that hide. I learned how to dye with it. I made all sorts of stuff out of that one hide. Shoulders, double shoulders have, they're really good for belts, especially because they have, you know, this is the portion of the animal. I mean, there's one side of it goes up over its shoulder, and there's the other side. You know, you're gonna have plenty of leather that you can start strapping off with a strap cutter for belts. So straps, radio straps, whatever you need. If you need long strips, these are perfect. So, all right, we're gonna take a look at American Leatherworks website here. This is the main home page, and here are all the products they have for sale: sewing machines, workbenches, stamps, conchos. There's the leather. They have finished leather products available down here for sale. We're going to run back up here to the top and check out the Cobra sewing machine section first. And I believe they have every Cobra product listed in here. There's my Class 3 stitcher, which is a perfect sewing machine for me in my application. This is the King Cobra, which would be complete and total overkill for me right now, but maybe someday. And right here is the Cobra Class 14 leather splitter. This is the company I ordered this machine from. As you can see, the crossed out price there is what you'll typically see on other websites. This is what they have it for sale for as of today, which is August 30th, 2019. So that's always subject to change, but there's the Class 20 there. But that money you save right there on that machine, I mean, that could be your shipping there depending on where you live in the United States. Down here is the leather they have for sale. This is the 3 double shoulders that I got. They're selling these for $240, 8 to 10 ounce bull hide. It's tanned in Mexico. And just for a little comparison here, I checked Handy's website before I made this, and right now they're selling their oak leaf double shoulders for $108, which would be the same type of leather that they're selling here. So basically you're getting 3 double shoulders from American Leatherworks for $240, and to get the same thing from Tandy, you'd be looking at around $320. So you're saving about $100. They do, you know, the box came, everything was packaged just like any other hide I'd get from Wicked and Craig or Springfield Leather or anywhere else. There's the 3 hides. And I'm just going to check them over, checking the thickness on them. They were all very consistent. There weren't any hollowed out parts on the back. There weren't any scrunched up pieces on the ends. There were 3 very decent pieces of leather here. Really, the only main imperfections I found were these stretch marks here, which is very common No piece of leather is going to be perfect, and that's completely reasonable for this type of leather. So overall, 3 good pieces here at a good price. I'm just going to roll them up and put them away. Hopefully we'll see them here in some future videos making some projects. In conclusion, I'd say if you're looking for a smaller shop or you like to support smaller businesses, this is a great option. There's a bunch of little leather shops like this all over the United States. You just got to look for them. I stumbled across this company when I was looking for my leather splitter. It just popped up in a Google feed somehow, and I think I was trying to find the closest Cobra dealership to Omaha, and that's probably why they popped up, because Lansing, Kansas is probably about 3.5 hours away from me. But if you're looking for a small business to support and you enjoy leathercraft, this is definitely a good one. Highly recommend it. Get your Cobra products from them. They got the best prices in town right now. That could always be subject to change, as we all know. And also, I would recommend this pack of vegetable tan leather. They have it on their website. Give them a call, ask for Eric, and they'll get you fixed up. This is Andrew in Omaha, Nebraska. Have a nice day.